Good morning, this is Hiker Dude Dad and Cole Swanger. We are leaving our campsite at Pandemonium and we are heading up Bowers Mountain. Gonna head up to the Gap Overlook. Let's go. All right, so our campsite is down there across the road. Campsite 92 in the ghost town of Pandemonium. We're coming up Bower Mountain Road. We planned to drive up to the overlook yesterday, but the gate is closed and padlocked to traffic. For some reason, they only allow traffic for 1 month a year, middle of November to middle of December. So you're allowed to walk and bike it, so here we go. Well, I haven't talked much so far, and I did have to stop and catch my breath here, or else all you guys would hear is just a panting, heavy breathing old man. But this has been straight up so far. We've done 2/3 of a mile, and we've done 360 feet so far. So it's been straight up. The entire hike to the top is 1.7 miles and about 950 feet. So got some ways to go, but then it's all downhill on the way back. So probably talk more then. We're 1 mile in and we've done half the elevation. We're just over 500 feet. Layers are coming off. This is a climb. Hope the overlook's worth it. All right, here's another overlook that Cole heard about from some locals yesterday. A couple of fellas that were biking up this path. So head out here and check this out. All right, not the clearest view here, but we are up pretty high. And we can see out there, Blue Mountain is in the front. So last night we camped in Henry's Valley, which is between Bower Mountain and Blue Mountain, down in there. And then the ridge beyond that is where Flat Rock at Colonel Denning State Park is. So those mountains right there form kind of a backward S curve. And it's called Doubling Gap because it creates two gaps. And we may be able to see a lot of that S shape from the top here. We've still got about 200 feet of climbing to go. This pile right here has it all. You got a big gnarled root with lichen on it, sticking out between two rocks, growing through, eventually popping out. You got a broken other tree over here that's been growing up through the rocks. You got the fall leaves everywhere. All that color behind it. Yeah, this is rugged landscape. It's definitely worth coming out for a climb here on the Horsehead Rocks. Back there's our Bower Mountain Road. So we've gone like 1, 2, 3 of the switchbacks. Here's our corner for the last one, and then we'll be on top of Bowers Mountain. All right, so this is a plant I've never really noticed or seen before, but really awesome. Cole says it's called lamb's ear. It is the softest, like furriest, it almost feels like fleece leaf. And there's some thickness too, so it just feels like a lamb's ear. So he pointed that out, and then also pointed out, don't see any right now, but later in its life it grows into like kind of a real ugly, dark looking stalk, which is weird. So the young lamb's ear though is pretty awesome and fuzzy, and yeah, probably hear the fuzz there as I rubbed it. Okay, there's a picnic table and a fire pit and the Doubling Gap Overlook. Wow, this is awesome. Ahead of the double gaps formed by the Blue Mountain, this ridge extends from the Hudson River in New York to the Great Smoky Mountains of North Carolina and Tennessee. Oh, this is great. So Blue Mountain is the first ridge in front of us. It's going to go down there. At some point it doubles back to become the far ridge. Out here just around the bend is flat rock at Colonel Denning State Park, and then it continues out that way. So there's kind of a gap here and that gap beyond there where flat rock wraps around. So it's backwards S when you're looking at it on a map. So Blue Mountain in the front here, heading to the left, and then above it also Blue Mountain, but after it has doubled back. 1, 2, at least 3 ridges here out in the view. All right, so a little bonus here. We realized that at Doubling Gap Overlook, we weren't far from one of many places in Pennsylvania called Chimney Rocks. So that's just about a flat mile across the ridge. So we'll go check that out next. Up here on top of Bowers Mountain, this is wonderful. Wonderfully flat considering the first part of this hike. So we're just cruising along the ridge here. The top of Bower Mountain, Doubling Gap Overlook was 2,020 feet, 2020 above sea level over there. And I think we've gained and lost 0 walking this way. This is super flat. Okay, so after our very flat walk, we're here at Chimney Rocks Trail. Mind you, I think we're actually going to go down a bit of the way down the mountain to Chimney Rocks and then have to climb back up, which I'm not excited about. But I figure I'm never doing that Bower Mountain Road climb again. So you gotta see Chimney Rocks while you're here. So we are descending a lot here. We did take a look at the map and realized we could get to another road if we kept going down and then back. And then fortunately Cole remembered that I left my GoPro Hero 8 at the top at Dublin Gap to get another time lapse. Stupid. So we have to go back up. It should just be right down there. I'm not sure what kind of a view we're going to get though. It's a lot of trees down there. And then all of a sudden, Chimney rocks. So there's that first pile that we just saw, and then here's another stack here. Maybe around here. All right, so that's worth it. Oh, the color's right below us. It's kind of sitting out here on the front. Kind of goes up there a bit. Oh man. Wasn't sure this trip would have such good views here. I did not bring the 360. All right, so back at Dublin Gap Overlook, we talked about Dublin Gap and how Blue Mountain bends in an S shape. So here we can see Blue Mountain. You've got flat rock back here. If we follow Blue Mountain down, out in the distance here, you can see where it turns. You can absolutely see the elbow down there. The sun is on the inside of the elbow there. But you can see the outside, and it twists around, heads back along the second ridge to flat rock, where it also turns and goes off into the distance. Basically in this shot here, you can see end to end, you can see both turns of the Dublin Gap, the far right and the far left. Back on the flat part of summit of Bowers Mountain now. That climb back up from Chimney Rocks was absolutely horrible. One of the toughest straight up climbs I've ever done. I didn't film or talk at all because I seriously thought I was gonna throw up. I think I'm good now. Cole's just giggling about it. Yeah, that was as close as I ever got on the trail. All right, so that was it for Bowers Mountain here. We are headed down. Thanks to Cole for the awesome drone footage and for kicking my butt down and up Chimney Rocks there.
Anytime.
So this will probably be the conclusion of the trip. This is going to air out of order, so you guys have probably seen the Bigfoot video and the cemetery seance video. If not, I am going to link them over here. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. We'll see you next time.